I'm a loser, people. Oh yeah, let's get that out of the way. 36, not married, I sleep on a futon. My back hurts. It's awful. I'm at that age where everybody I know is getting married. People, let me ask you a question. Why the hell do people keep getting married? You know what I mean? Isn't anybody looking at the stats? What's it like, 3 out of 4 marriages go right down the drain now? People, if you were going skydiving and they told you 3 out of 4 parachutes weren't gonna open, you'd be like, yo, forget it, I'm not going. I don't like those odds. I'm just kidding, people. You know what? I'll get married. I'll get married the day I see a married guy who actually looks happy. You know what I mean? Because every time you see a married dude, anytime you ask them what it's like being married, they always tell you it's good, but they have a look on their face like they have an appendicitis. Oh, it's hilarious. You're like, yeah, so what's it like being married? They're like, it's good, it's good. That's good, it's a lot of work, but it's good. When you meet the right person and, it starts to click, it's a good thing. I enjoy it. You'll meet that person, when you know. I can't feel my legs. No, when you know. It's a good thing. I love women, though. This is my deal. I love women, but I'm finding I'm not compatible with them. I'm serious. Women have too much energy for me. That's what I've noticed, you can't have a day off when you have a girlfriend. They just see that open day. They're like, oh my God, let's go fill it up with some stuff. No, and then they just come at you with one horrible idea after another. Horrible ideas like, you want to make some sandwiches and go to the park? No, every one of their ideas involves walking around, looking at stuff. It's almost like they're trying to wear you down. After 2 or 3 stores, you're leaning on stuff. I don't care. Just buy something. I don't care. You know what the worst one is? You ever get that one? You want to go to brunch? You want to go to brunch on Sunday? And inside you're like, no! But you can't say that. You got to keep them happy, right? So what do? You're like, yeah, let's go to brunch. What a great idea. Why would you want to sleep in on a Sunday when you can go pay $18 for eggs? Now you're thinking. Now you're thinking. Then we can sit around and listen to your friends have moronic conversations about the eggs. Like, is that pesto? Is that pesto in your omelet? Oh, it's asparagus. It's asparagus. I thought it was pesto. Oh, you just want to flip the whole table over and just run out of there.
Stop it there, stop it there. I think I've been letting it run on long enough. I hope this video does not get blocked. That is a strange phenomenon, that marriage has an extremely high divorce rate, but people still, take their chances. I think it's because people just see marriage differently these days. I know people who purposely get married not knowing that they're not going to stay married. I know people who say oh, this is just my first divorce. Oh, I plan on having my practice husband and then divorce and get my husband when I got all the kinks out or whatever, or even have a baby with someone else. That way we'll share the custody and then I can just sort of have my free time with my new husband or my new boyfriend. People just purposely go into the mindset now of marriage is not forever, right? You have people like Dr. Jordan Peterson, who very much promotes the idea of marriage and children. He does recognize that's not for everyone, but he just says, generally speaking, he does hyper focus on women when it comes to this. He says women are generally just more happier if they have children and a family, but there's also studies that show that men, older men in their late 30s, 40s, 50s, are happier single. So it's not very compatible. I don't know why that, if God designed it that way, of women are happier as they get older to get married and have children, but men are less happier to get married and have children as they get older. Doesn't really fit. It kind of goes back to my theory that we were never meant to have forever monogamy as a human race. For instance, human beings didn't even used to live so long, so getting married really young made sense because you live to your 30s and you die, so you're only going to be married for 10 years anyway. People getting married in their 20s now and being together for 80 years, it just doesn't really make sense for for most people, it doesn't make logical sense to me. I don't think that's how we were designed, evolved. But anyway, you know, you have half the people promoting marriage as the thing you're supposed to do. A lot of the traditionalists, a lot of the conservatives, religious Republicans always push this idea of that. I think they think it's a way to like pause the degeneracy of society. I'm still someone, it's like, if you're not meant for that, then don't fucking do it, because all you're gonna do is waste your time and ruin a lot of people's lives in your way. You're just gonna like break your heart and break a bunch of other people's hearts and end up just regretting the whole thing anyway. So if you don't want to have kids and you don't gonna get married, don't let anybody shame you, guilt you, or push you into doing those things. And again, for me, a lot of people think that, like, I'm not against a life partner. I mean, as a man, or, you know, having a man in my life, I don't like having children is just not on my top tick of my list. If it happens, it happens. But marriage is also not at the tick of my list. And people always think that it's because like I'm a feminist or I'm a liberal or something like that. The main people have told me not to get married and not to have children are married people with children or divorced people with children. Mostly the elderly have actually told me this. Like they don't regret their kids. They love their kids, but they're like, if I can do it all over again, I would have done so many other things before I got married and have children, or maybe just not had children and get married. I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of families out there that love the fact that they're married and love the fact that they have kids and it's all worth it and it was their purpose on earth and blah blah blah. You know the cliche shit. But let's not like let's be real. Like there are a lot of people who have kids and got married who really wish they didn't do those things. That's a real thing that happens. Anyway, I didn't mean to take this to a dark place, but let's get back to Bill Burr.
And just run out of there. So, I was dating this girl recently. This girl's like really like into like women's issues. She got me this book on women's lib one time, right? So I'm reading this thing. I think women's lib was a great thing. Like back in the 70s, I thought it was cool, you know? Over the last couple of years, though, I think that whole women's movement, it's really starting to morph into kind of like this reverse pimping kind of thing, you know? Because every time you see them on TV, they always say, all we want is to be treated exactly like guys, right? But if you listen to them, they don't. They only want the good stuff of being a guy. They look at a guy's life like it's like a buffet. Like you just can start picking out stuff, like same amount an hour, we'll take some of that. Pay for the movie, that's okay, you can keep that one, I like that one. This is nice, that's yucky, that's icky. I mean, come on people, you can't choose. This girl gave me a rough time one time. She goes, well, why does a guy make more an hour to do the exact same job? I go, I'll tell you why. Because in the unlikely event that we're both on a Titanic and it starts to sink, for some screwed up reason, you get to leave with the kids and I have to stay. You know, if there's a house fire, it's always women and children first. I gotta stand there with like the back of my shirt on fire going, let's go people, let's go, let's go. So that's how I look at it. No, it's $1 an hour surcharge. Seriously, that if something screwed up happens, either I can't leave or I gotta like get in the way of it to give you a head start, like rabid dog, run honey, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. You hear a bump in the night, I gotta go check it out. Like, yes, he does have a knife. No, I don't. I don't think a woman should make $1 less an hour to do the exact same job, okay? I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is if you're gonna make what I make, when the boat sinks, you better be standing right there next to me, listening to that guy play the cello. Then you get the corner office. I don't got a problem. You get all the benefits.
Stopping it there. Okay, so the wage gap is a myth. We already know this. But he does have a point, right? It's like that Jubilee video I watched, like, about masculinity. And Brennan Tatum brought up the fact that, like, if a robber or a bank robber or some criminal ran into the room right now, everyone will just instinctually expect the men to be the one to protect and provide to protect everyone in the room, right? Everyone's a feminist until like it's time to like be the first off the Titanic. Everyone's a feminist until there's a house on fire. Everyone's a feminist until there's a fucking bank robber or a mugger or a house burglar. Everyone's a feminist until then. Everyone's a feminist until they want their lives protected. did, right? And so like he has kind of a point there. Yeah, so I think the message to that is don't date feminists. And you see that with feminists all the time too. Like they say like they want equality, they want the same as men, but they only pick the good stuff. They're not like, oh, there's not enough female bricklayers and garbage workers and construction workers and pipe layers. There are not enough women, you know, shoveling manure, right? It's always like, no, there's not enough women CEOs and business owners and presidents. Like they always want the power stuff. They want the good shiny things, but they don't want all the grunt and the muck and the dangerous job that men have to do, like, right? So it's not true equality. It's like we just want power and we just want the best things in life, and you guys can just kind of have the grubby stuff, right? Anyway, let's continue.
That's why I didn't like that movie, The Titanic. You know what I hate about that movie? Every girl I meet thinks that movie's romantic. Like, oh my God, that was so romantic, don't you think? No! No, I don't. It was a horror film. And they're always like, why? Why? Because all the guys die. See, you're sitting there watching it going, who would I be in that scenario? You be that chick floating away on the big piece of luggage. I'm watching it going, who would I be? I'd be that dude when like the boat breaks in half, that dude who like falls straight down, bangs off the stuff and goes into the water. That's who I'd be. I'd be wearing a tuxedo, not because I wanted to, but you wanted to dress up that night, right? And I'd just be falling the whole way down. I should have humped that chick in first class. All right, I'm out of time. You guys had a lot of fun. Thank you very much.
Oh my God, that's so true. I remember the Titanic, and I remember thinking that, I don't remember the girl's name, the girlfriend of Leonardo DiCaprio, that she was a fucking bitch for not letting him on that door or whatever she was on. We've all seen the meme. There was like 101 ways they could have done that, but I think she just wanted a quick, easy way out of the relationship, and she got it. And every movie is like that, and I never see, again, these feminists fight against this trope. All these movies, you always see the men die at the end. It's the father, the men, the husband, the brother, the son, the grandfather, whoever the male architect of that, you know, of that movie, always have to sacrifice their lives in the end, which is a part, I'm sure like a lot of men who are pro-masculinity and pro-real men and all this stuff would like love that, but at the same time, like you never see feminists go like, why do we always have this trope? Like why does the guy have to like die at the end? Like that one movie, The Quiet Place, where the father died at the end and sacrificed his life for his kids. If he literally just gave him like 2 more minutes, they would have figured out how to kill the monsters and the father could have lived. But you know what? I digress. I agree, men do get kind of fucked over in relationships and marriages and parental court and family court and all those things, but people still hold on to the idea of love, true love. You know what I mean? I'm not saying women don't ever get burnt, because we do get burnt. I feel like women get burnt more or less in like shorter term relationships, like girlfriend-boyfriend relationships, when they thought they were together, but they're really just fuck buddies. But men get like burned towards like the longer marriage relationships. But anyway, tell me guys, what do you think in the comment section below? Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell to get the notification when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. And if you'd like to support the channel even further, you can donate. My PayPal and Cash App link is in the description box below and also in the comment section. Of course it helps, but you don't have to. You can just like, comment, and subscribe. Another great way to support this channel is either join my brand new membership program, different levels, different tiers, different perks, or you can visit my brand new merch shop. Links down below and links to all the internet platforms I'm on. My socials, including my Twitter, all the ways to support me and all the ways to contact me for business is always in the links down below. I also have a second travel vlog channel. I travel as a lifestyle. I live abroad. If you'd like to know where I am in the world, you can go in the description box below and also in the comment section. Hit the link, go subscribe to my travel vlog channel, and there follow me on my travel Instagram. My stories as usual is most up to date. And you guys have an amazing day. Bye!